What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well, because the DG58 LSW finally got nerfed to the ground. I mean, 8 feet under the ground. But don't worry, I've got all the loadouts you need to replace it, and 2 other loadouts that are really broken right now. One that even gives you an extra perk. So if you're screenshotting any of these loadouts or you're trying any of these loadouts, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell, and attach that like button to your loadout. Let's get into it. Okay, so first I want to go over the perks that you need to be using right now. And right now, if you're running any kind of resurgence, Mountaineer is 100% the way to go, especially for perk slot 1. Run it, enjoy it. Hopefully they never nerf it, because it really is a solid option to not take any fall damage off rooftops, or very minimal fall damage as well. Next up, I'm running double time, but I'm running double time strictly because I'm getting fast hands from a loadout that I'm running right now that I'm having a lot of fun using. But if you're not going to run this loadout, which is totally fine, I recommend sleight of hand. I've been running sleight of hand a lot more. Not sure why, but I've just been really enjoying the faster reload time. And I just really notice it when I pick up the specialist perk, that fast hands just makes a pretty big difference in gunfights and things. So that's just me, but I'm running double time because I am running this other loadout that I'll show you here in a second. Next, I'm running quick fix. You can run maybe primed if you're a little bit more aggressive, I guess, if you want, but quick fix is really solid for aggression as well. Tempered's okay, but I'm running quick fix. I've been running ghost a lot more lately also. Resolute's solid. Flex is really good if you're having trouble hearing over the precision airstrikes and things, which a lot of people are. So 100% okay to run flex. I've been running ghost strictly for resurgence purposes. It's helped a little bit with my KD, I guess. And then if I'm not running ghost, I'm usually running high alert though. And then for my tactical and lethals, I'm running smoke grenades and throwing knives. Throwing knives just helps save so much ammo, especially with your SMGs. So that's what I'm kind of been running. I know big map, you're probably running sticky grenades. C4 you can chunk a long ways too now. Frag grenades are okay, but I think C4s are really solid as well. So I'll start out with this first broken SMG that gives you like an extra perk, and I'm going to show you kind of how it works. So if you use the AMR9 and you go to this Poison Karis blueprint right here, which you can find over in the battle pass in sector 11 right here. Basically, if you equip this, and you can use any other attachments that you want, you can change this weapon however you want, but it basically reloads almost instantaneously. Basically gives you fast hands, and I'll show you kind of how I mean. For context, we'll use the base AMR9 here, no blueprint, no special blueprint, just the AMR9, and we'll run the 50 round mag on it. I'll show you kind of how fast it reloads with just the base 50 round mag. Show you here, you know, how look at it's pretty slow for a 50 round mag, right? Then we'll go to the 100 round mag, and on that blueprint there's no difference. There's no difference in reload speeds. Show you how slow this thing reloads like this. All right, so now let's go select the blueprint. We'll go select the blueprint itself, okay? And then we will take this Jack Atlas kit that comes with it off, and I'll show you how fast the 50 round mag is. And you can tell it's glitched too, because of the sight is like disconnected from the gun. But we'll show you how kind of fast it reloads. I'm not even trying to hit my shots, but look how fast it reloads. Boop, boop. Done. That's insane. We'll attach the 100 round drum, show you how fast that thing reloads too. It's literally the same. Get rid of a little bit more ammo to kind of solidify this. That's wild, bro. This thing is wild. So now we'll give you the loadout that I've been running for it. And then I've got it paired with this Bruen AR that I've been trying out again, and it's a lot of fun to run. You can run it with this. Any of these you can mix and match today's loadouts, whatever you want to use. But like I said, that AMR9, so that basically gives you fast hands. So you'll have literally Mountaineer, double time, quick fix, ghost, and then fast hands on top of that. Kind of awesome. Not really a specialist perk off rip, but you know, the closest thing you can get to it without having to actually pick up a specialist perk. All right, so for this AMR9, I'm running a Zimmon 35 muzzle, the Regal Pro barrel here, the XRK Edge hand stop underbarrel, the 100 round drum, and the demo buffer tube stock. Show you how this AMR9 performs. Very solid recoil. I mean 10 to 20 meters. It's not terrible out at 20 meters, but 10 meters perfectly controllable. It's super quick, and of course you have that wildly fast reload time. It's insane. Then we're running the Bruen AR with this XRK Edge hand stop, kind of more of a mobility build. The Nightr model sight here, the Lane 56 stock, the Stip 40 grip, and of course you have to have that Jack Shadow Titan kit on there. And then we have the Bruen here, which is very controllable recoil. You're probably not hitting a crazy amount, but out at range like that, so use it more here, but it's very controllable. All right, for our next loadout, the other broken weapon that's in the game right now is the crossbow. The crossbow can now one shot. It was an accident, I think, on Call of Duty's part, but we're going to take advantage of it. I'm going to make sure you guys have it because it is a rage-inducing machine and a ton of fun to run. And then I'm pairing it with the striker, it's so good, dude. So I'm running the Soma Minty barrel here. I like the Night Art model sight. You can put whatever sight makes you comfortable. It does not matter. It one shots at any range as long as you hit some part of their body. I like the XRK hand stop underbarrel here just for movement speed. The 28 strand cable for that bullet velocity buff, which helps it go a little farther, straighter, quicker. And then the blast cap 20-inch bolts is what makes it one shot. It's an explosive tip ammo, so when it hits them, it blows up basically. So kind of wild. And I'll show you this one here in the firing range. It does one shot in the firing range also, so you'll hit the dummy, explode. It's so much fun. Then for the striker, we're running the movement striker build that I've always used, and I'm running the Zim compensated muzzle. The striker stubby barrel, I've gone back to the striker stubby instead of high grain rounds, just it gives you more movement speed, so I like that. The XRK hand stop underbarrel, the 48 round mag, and then I like running no stock on this because as far as recoil goes, it's still pretty much non-existent. Very solid there and just really easy to control. And this thing is the only thing faster than this right here is the Superi, and we'll give you a loadout for that also. So with the DG58 LSW nerf, this is not the direct replacement for it, but I think the SVA 545 jumps back up into the meta a little bit more, especially with the no recoil style build. And then the WSP9 is very solid when it comes to SMGs, obviously. So for this SVA 545, I'm going with the Sonic Suppressor, the Precision Barrel, high grain rounds, Jack Glassless Optic or the Choreo Eagle's Eye, completely up to you, and the 60 round mag. And then of course we're running this in burst mode, which has absolutely no recoil still, which is crazy to me, and it still absolutely fries, I think, especially with that DG58 out of the meta. Then for the WSP9, I'm rocking the Sonic Suppressor here. A lot of fun to run. I like the skeletal vertical grip. The 40 or 50 round mag, completely up to you there. Running the Marauder grip for a little bit more recoil control. And then I like the Night Art model sight. Just been like running that. Reminds me of Warzone 1, kind of nostalgic. So been using that quite a bit. That's kind of how it performs. You can even use it up to longer ranges here if you wanted to, but just that's with the 40 round mag though. So anything 10-20 meters here is perfect for this 40 round mag. Now, the direct replacement for the DG58 is this Holger 26 LMG. I told you guys this was 100%, and you saw it in World Series of Warzone yesterday. If you watched it at all, a lot of people were running the Holger 26 because that DG58 got nerfed. I told you, you know, so that's why you're here. That's why you watch. That's why you follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, so running the Holger 26, and then I'm running it with the BP50. The BP50 is technically the #1 fastest killing SMG in the game, period, hands down. Now, it's not by a long shot or anything, but it is statistically the lowest TTK, the best TTK. So for the Holger 26, BT7 Spearfire, Holger Factory Barrel, Bruen Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the Ascent Lord stock for even more recoil control, and I'm rocking the Jack Glassless Optic. Just an absolute laser beam, man. Just insane recoil control. Probably a little bit more recoil than the DG58, but not by much, man. Then for that BP50, Cassis Brake Muzzle. This one hasn't changed much at all. High grain rounds. I like the Chimera laser light here, the TRST 4 grip tape, and the Jack Revenger kit, of course. And of course, this thing just absolutely rips. Very little recoil out at range too. So, and it comes with a 60 round mag. Pretty solid. Next, we have the MTZ 556, and I've got it paired with the Riveter. The Riveter is a lot of fun to run too if you're feeling real toxic, but the MTZ 556 is an absolute laser beam also. I think it's 100% in the top 3 meta long range. But for this MTZ, we're going with the VT7 Spearfire Suppressor, the Drifter Heavy Long Barrel. You can use the Clinch Pro Barrel too if you want. I like the Drifter Heavy Long. It gives you more recoil control and even more effective damage range and bullet velocity, so take that for what it's worth. I'm also running the Bruen Heavy Support Grip, that MTZ Marauder stock, and the 50 round drum. Show how this performs in the firing range here, but like I said, I'm not using a sight on it. If you want to use a sight, just remove that stock on it and put whatever sight makes you comfortable, but that thing, it absolutely rips. Then for that Riveter, I'm rocking the Draven 20 long barrel, the Bruen Bastion angled grip, the Gauge Ball ammo here, 30 round mag, and the Jack Cutthroat stock here. And I recommend using this in tax nets mode, which you do just by, you know, tapping the bottom on your D-pad. But it's a lot of fun to run, man. It pisses some people off too. Having a good time if that's what you're looking for. Next up is the Holger 556. Holger 556, 100%, I think in the top 3 meta as well. I think it's the Holger 26, the Holger 556, and the MTZ 556. I think those are your top 3 options, in my opinion. But the Holger 556, we're running the VT7 Spearfire. I like the Cryo 6 match barrel. Not running the underbarrel here. I'm running the 40 round mag, and then I'm running the Adel Assault stock. And strictly because the recoil control on the Adel Assault stock is just better than like the Bruen heavy support. It gives you more recoil control. That's kind of why I'm running it. And I'm running the Jack Glasses optic, but run whatever side makes you comfortable. Show how this performs here. Insane. But it only comes with a 40 round mag, so that's kind of what you gotta be wary of. And I'm running this with a Ram 9. I think Ram 9 is still very viable. I like the Zeman compensated muzzle, XRK hand stop underbarrel, high grain rounds, 50 round mag, and the Recon comb. So this one too here in the firing range, very solid as well. So much fun to run. I think it's still a very viable option. Then we have the FJX Horus. This is the, as far as actual SMGs, not the BP50 SMG, actual SMG at 10 to 13, about 13 meters down. This is the fastest killing SMG in the game. Superi 46 for me is a little bit more reliable, but if you're looking for FJX Horus loadout, this is it, man. This is a lot of fun to run. I'm running the Sin long barrel, the DR6 hand stop underbarrel here. I like the high grain rounds, 48 round mag, and the Ripper light stock. I'll show you this here in the firing range. Kind of reminds me of the Mac 10 a little bit. But so you're just not, 20 meters is, you're not going to be using it. You don't want to use it there. Right about here at this shadow right here, if you're using the firing range, is where you kind of want it. Just a lot of fun to run. Then I've got it paired with the Pulemyot. The Pulemyot, I think, is a very viable option as well. It just feels great, man, every time I use it. The Pulemyot, like the base Pulemyot loadout, the base Pulemyot weapon got nerfed, and they did end up nerfing the Jack and Nyler Bullpup kit that you're going to attach with this, but not by much, man. It feels really, really solid, especially mid-range to maybe 50 meters and below. I think it's a very solid option if you like using it. I'm running that Corio Eagle's Eye. Of course, you're running that Jack and Nyler Bullpup kit. We're running the Bruen heavy support grip underbarrel, the Jack and Nyler long barrel, and the Cassis Sprig muzzle for a little bit more recoil control. And as far as it's concerned, man, I think this is still a very viable option. 100%, very little recoil, and it looks like Flappy Bird when you shoot it, basically. Next is my favorite loadout to run. If I'm running Rebirth and I'm running with the boys and we're trying to get wins, I'm running Superi 46 and I'm running the Car 98, baby. Those two are my favorite. Superi 46 just seems a lot more stable than the FJX Horus for me, just for me. So it may not be the same with you, but I like the Superi 46 and the Car 98. A lot of fun to run. For the Superi, I'm running the Zeman 35 muzzle, the XRK Edge hand stop underbarrel, high grain rounds, 40 round mag, and the Night Arm model sight. That's just what I like to run with it. It feels great. And very, very minimum recoil, and I'm loving it. And for that Car 98, this is 100% one shot, up to, I think almost up to 80 meters now, honestly. I think I've got this thing one-shotting around one shots at 63 meters for sure. We'll just say that. Sonic Suppressor L muzzle, the Precision long barrel, that's what that's supposed to be. The high grain rounds. I like the SPX 80 scope, definitely solid. Use the range collar optic as well, if you want that classic reticle, as you can see there. And the no stock, running the no stock right now. Just really solid option for this build. Just having an absolute blast with it. Car 98 is great. So it's so back too. It's so much fun. Next, we have the DG58 LSW, but as an SMG. Now, with this conversion, DG58 got nerfed into the ground, Marvel. I know, but not the conversion kit. The conversion kit makes it a whole nother weapon, makes it into a SMG or very short range AR. And I'm running with the SOA Subverter. I know a lot of people like the SOA Subverter still. I think it still hits. A lot of fun to run, so I'm kind of just pairing it with that to have some fun. So for the DG58, running the Zim and compensated muzzle. I like the Jack Glasses optic here. Don't really like the iron sights, so that's kind of why we're using that. The Verana Steady Grip, the 40 round mag, along with that Jack Nightshade rifle kit. And I'll show you this one here in the firing range. Very little recoil, also very solid here at mid range. You can try to use it at longer ranges, but you're probably going to end up running out of ammo if you're fighting 3 enemies at once here. But very solid. You can definitely get 3 downs with this thing 100% if you're hitting most of your shots. And for that SOA Subverter, I like the Cassis Break L muzzle, Dozer 90 long barrel, Bruen heavy support grip underbarrel, 50 round drum, and the Motion V2 heavy stock here. A lot of fun to run. I don't like running a sight because I run mostly on Rebirth, but very little recoil and very viable at longer ranges too. I think it might be back in the meta, to be honest. And then I've got 2 other ARs that you can be running right now. Also STB 556, 100% in the top 10 meta when it comes to long range for sure. And the Bal 27. Both of those are very solid options. For this STB, I'm running the VT7 Spiritfire, Bruen S620 barrel, Bruen heavy support grip underbarrel, 42 round mag, and the Jack Glassless optic. And I'll show you how this kind of performs in the firing range here. But yeah, very little recoil, very solid for solos and duos. That's where I recommend this one. Same kind of with that Bal 27. Also just highly recommended in solos and duos, but quads gets tough. Bal 27, very solid cypher support option as well. I'm running the Cassis Break muzzle, Noct Kill long barrel, Bruen heavy support grip underbarrel, 60 round mag, and the Jack Glasses optic. I'll show you how this performs. This is very little recoil as well. If you want a little bit more bullet velocity and damage range, run the VT7 Spiritfire on this thing. Remember, it does speed up the firing rate as the longer that you hold the actual trigger. Okay, so keep that in mind. Very solid sniper support option as well. Thank you guys again for watching. If you like this video, if you use any of these loadouts, if you try them and you like them, leave comments down below. Let me know which one you like the best. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video like this or like any of these. We'll see you in the next one.